How long do I have left?
What happened to you, my friend?
You know, I lost something over the weekend.
You
I
lost
lost
something,
something.
yes, yes. Yeah, I can see. It makes me understand better and give me clarity and, release myself, from that, pressure that, man, maybe you were too harsh, or maybe you've done something wrong, So, yes, thank you for that, Eric. Yeah. And plus, you give me clarity, in the respect that I know where I want to go now. I have a purpose now, whereas before I was like, just going all over the place, what am I gonna do? But now it gives me a purpose, and I know where to go and how to sort things out. And yeah, I start to reframe things, so yeah, it's much better. Yeah.
So good to hear. You did in 1 month what
Mm.
most other people do in like 3 or 4 months
Right.
to get to this stage. And I could tell while we were doing the things that it was like working extremely well for you. Like you didn't need a lot of preparation work. It was like you were fully committed. You were fully jumping into it. Maybe
Yeah.
also like the state of like being willing to try anything is really helpful in that sense. I think
Yeah.
that's also why we got like so far in like a short amount of time. So again, welcome. Thank you for doing this call.
You're welcome.
I have had a lot of I really enjoyed working with you. I think we've done a lot of great work together, and yeah, it's just been an absolute pleasure. So to start from the beginning, because this is going to be recorded, could you tell me just like your name and like a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Alexandru Oniga, and I'm living in the UK at the moment. I'm originally from Romania. I lived here for 7 years. I started to get into personal development around 4 years ago, with lots of ups and downs. And yes, life has been a journey so far. A good one. Sometimes you have some bad moments, but I enjoy it. So yes, that's a bit about me.
Okay, so could you tell me a bit about what your life was like before you started working with me?
Oh, well, just before working with you, I had lots of self-doubt. I was in a bit of depressed moments, depressed states. I was feeling like Sisyphus, like always, rolling a boulder up the hill just to just to put it back on. I feel like life doesn't work for me. I felt like I always self-sabotage myself. So yes, this is pretty much how I would summarize, the feeling, just before I started working with you.
So maybe the next question is a bit like you already got into it a little bit, but what like specific parts of your life were not so working so well before we started to work together?
Yes, I think that the parts of self-sabotaging, not trusting myself, a lot of self-doubt. Yeah, always feeling like I'm building something, I'm up to something, and just before reaching the end level, I would lose it, or make sure that somehow I destroy whatever I build up. So yes, lots of yeah, just self-sabotage in one word.
Yeah, clear. So maybe from your perspective, could you tell me how it actually is that we met?
Yeah, it was an interesting thing. We just met from a self-development forum called actualize.org. So I was just journaling about myself, and we communicated through internal messaging. And yes, this is how we met. We find about each other through a self-development forum.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I remember actually, like I think 2 years ago, I gave you a random challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I almost forgot about the challenge, to be fair. And yeah, when I was seeing the message again, after 2 weeks, I was like, oh my god, this challenge it's been such a long time. But yes, yeah.
So what made you decide to work with me?
Well, at this point in my life, I was willing to try everything, because I didn't really know what's going on. All the self-help that I tried, by myself, felt like nothing worked, or I didn't know how to do it properly, and I was needing someone to guide me on my journey to self-development, and give me some reinforce in my beliefs. And yes, I just decided, to take your coaching program. So yeah.
Clear. Thank you. And so were there any doubts? Like what doubts did you have before starting to work with me?
Well, yes. As with anything, I'm pretty skeptical, especially in the beginnings. I didn't really know that this was gonna work, or it's just another program, that yeah, you take it and then you forget about, and I didn't really know what to expect from it. So yes, again, because I was in that position of self-doubt, even taking this coach program, was a bit, putting a bit of self-doubt upon me.
Yeah. So also, your answer also like already is tying into the next question, is like, what, if any, like what were your expectations? Because at some point you decided, hey, let's do this. What expectations did you have?
Yes, well, this is a good question. Obviously, because I was in a position that I was when I was taking the coaching program, I was expecting like, all my problems were gonna be solved like that, overnight, or at the end of the coaching program, are gonna, yes, sort all my emotional, or my financial, or my, stressful, challenges in my life. So I guess, expectations, as always, will bring disappointment, not in a bad way, in this program, but you always, might try to, start to create some false expectations, most of the time. So yes, I think in this regard, I had different expectations. I have to say that I haven't worked with the coaching program before, so I didn't really had a measuring stick, to put it like that. So yes.
So very, very high expectations, obviously. So
Sure.
Did the program, like what we've done so far, did it disappoint? Did it meet your expectations? Did it exceed your expectations? And could you tell me a little bit about like in which way it did or didn't?
Well, in regards of my expectations, the program didn't meet in the way that I vision my expectations, but exceed my expectation in some other regards. It didn't sort out my my financial problems overnight. It didn't make me a millionaire, or sort out all my emotional stuff, but it gave me more clarity, it gave me more groundness, and it gave me more self-trust. I think that as I said before, I was dealing with a lot of doubt. Now I have more clarity what I want to go, or what I want to achieve. Something that I didn't expect. I didn't really know how to put this into my mind. To be fair, but yes, I'm very, very glad and proud of it. And yeah, just over the weekend, I had a good insights that because of this program, I took the right decisions in my life in regard to some relationships that I had, some tough decisions. I always had a doubt about these decisions, but after taking this program, now I got reinforced that yes, I took the good decision, at that moment. So I don't regret it, and makes me feel good. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm also very proud of what we did, because we didn't even work together for such a long time. I was actually planning to do more, but like you've made like a huge change in like how it seems. Even talking to you, like your energy is totally different, and I can tell, because
Yes.
at the beginning, oh, there was so much self-doubt indeed going on. You could just tell like there were a lot of problems bouncing around, and now you're just together, you're grounded, and it's awesome to see like that. It makes me very proud. It's great.
Thank you.
Is there anything more you want to say about like a good decision that you've made, or insights that you've had recently or during our time together? Like, is there anything more that you could tell us about that?
Well, as you say, we had a work for a long time, and right after the end of the program, I was thinking, like, is this really worked? Is there any change? So again, the self doubt, started coming up, and going through your program, I start to understand myself more, and I start to understand my past more. Which helped me to understand that I didn't took the wrong decision when in relationship with my parents, and that everything that I have done, it put me on the right path, and I'm on the right path, and I shouldn't feel myself guilty or doubting myself, or in this regard. So that gives me more confidence in me. Yes, and feeling much more present, I should say. Yes, yeah. Instead of just being stuck in the past, I'm probably not a good way to put it. I'm stuck in the future now, but yeah, I feel more present. I feel more in the moment.
Awesome. So apart from feeling more present, do you feel different towards your future in any way?
Yes, yeah. Beforehand, I couldn't really envision myself in the future. I didn't really know where to go or how going to make it, but now the future is more bright. The future has more opportunities for me. I start to see things in a different light, and I start to envision myself not only what I'm gonna do in next month, but what I'm gonna do in 5 years or in 10 years. Where I'm gonna be, and yes, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, and like, how do you feel towards that? Because now these things are becoming more clear to you. How like real does it feel to you now? Like that actually this is where you're going.
Feels achievable, to be fair. Like before, they feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, no matter what. But now it feels more achievable. It feels great. So yes, I'm excited about it.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that. It makes me feel really happy. Yeah, it's so good. Because yeah, when I first spoke to you, there was a lot of, I got a bit of like a hopeless vibe, and it's totally
Yes.
That's totally different now. It's
Absolutely, yes.
Great. So if you think back about like the different sessions we had, and like, is there any specific breakthroughs you remember that you could tell us about that are still like vivid in your mind that might have been important?
Well, I cannot say that is a specific breakthrough. I think all the sessions were important in themselves, and I took pleasure in having them. Although that in the beginning, yeah, the self-doubt was there, and I was seeing this kind of exercise a bit like in a silly way. After finishing the exercise, I could, really appreciate the simplicity of the exercise and the power of the exercise. They were all powerful in themselves, and I couldn't say that one was better than the other. There were, in my case, they were all equal in my views. So they were all powerful, unexpected, powerful. Yeah, the expectation was in a different way here, but yes, very, very happy with them. Very glad, and yeah. I listened again about the thing about narcissist and the narcissistic model, and all the things that I've been through the coaching program with you helped me to understand better and to find out that my mom plays such a good game, so to speak, and influencing myself that I was starting to doubt myself. Every steps that she played in my life, the way I describe it to you, it was because of that, and it makes me understand better and give me clarity and release myself from that pressure that, man, maybe you were too harsh, or maybe you've done something wrong, so yes, thank you for that, Eric. Yeah. And plus, you give me clarity, in the respect that I know where I want to go now. I have a purpose now, whereas before I was like, just going all over the place, what am I gonna do? But now it gives me a purpose, and I know where to go and how to sort things out. And yeah, I start to reframe things, so yeah, it's much better. Yeah.
That's so good to hear. You did in 1 month what most other people like do in like 3 or 4 months to get to this stage. And I could tell while we were doing the things that it was like working extremely well for you. Like you didn't need a lot of preparation work. It was like you were fully committed. You were fully jumping into it. Maybe also like the state of like being willing to try anything is really helpful in that sense. I think that's also why we got like so far in like a short amount of time.
Yes, probably this I missed to tell into your interview that the willingness to let go and just get fully into exercise, it's very important, and not trying to act in a certain way or act in some way just for the sake of the exercise. So letting go and just go full with the exercise, I think it's one of the very important steps. Yeah, because as I say, some exercise seems silly, especially the guided visualization exercise, but man, they were so deep, that surprisingly powerful, that I didn't expect. So yeah, I think that's one of the main thing with the coaching program. Just let it go full in. Yeah.
Nice. What would you tell somebody else who is in the situation where you started before we started working together? Like they're in the same situation, they're in the same state that you were at. What would you tell them?
Just take the coaching program, man, because you don't know what you're missing. To be fair, it's a transformative experience, that's for sure. Yes, if you try to do it by yourself, it can be a bit doubtful, but yeah, having someone to guide you step by step is a very helpful process, and yeah, you shouldn't miss it. So If you have any doubt about Eric's program, no more, my friend, trust me, you can take it full on. So yeah, go for it.
Thank you for your kind words. It's been an absolute honor working with you, Alex. I really enjoyed it.
Eric, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. The pleasure is mutual. So yes, thank you for your help.
Okay. Bye.
Cool. Thank you.